EA Sports, it's in the game. I can't believe it. They pulled it out. What a call. What a play. What a game.
I just scraped it off the top. Cut it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant a lot. When they rush calls, look what I gotta do. I'm moving with a two. I paid it out the fuck. Yeah, tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket. I just scraped it off the top. Cut it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant a lot. When they rush calls, look what I gotta do. I'm moving with a two. I paid it out the fuck. I am the priest. I said I am the priest. I am the priest. I said I am the greatest of all time.
Let's go.
I am the priest.
You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me.
I said I am the priest.
Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything.
I am the priest.
You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me.
I said I am the greatest of all time.
Said I'm coming for everything. You good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishment.
It's week 15 of the 2025 season, and we'll see Jameis Winston. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Saints and the Bills, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Buffalo Bills and the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Saints in this matchup. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
Still scoreless here in the first, but a third down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Troutman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other team,
This defense already looking at a deficit on the scoreboard, but can they design here to disrupt this third down play? And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at... On play action, Winston. Touchdown! Jerome Johnson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Saints go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned it.
This offense looking for 6 points. They are in the red zone as we'll get back into it here. 1st and 10 at the 11. A good display of power, but it will only get him 5 to the 4. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Jameis to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. Winston. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jameis Winston. He has career touchdown number 78 time ever. Billy George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Jameis now on 1st down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And it's knocked away and incomplete. This offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 and a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some of the media this week are pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month clutch.
Yeah, but something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team. Get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
Open man is the tight end Troutman. And a good stiff arm and some space to... And a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the visiting Niners who are able to come away with the road victory. Kareem Hunt, well over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. The Colts seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Tony Pollard, a touchdown run in the victory. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Saints, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first two quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. Well, let's get back into the action. This defense up against a 1st and 10. The ball down at the 12-yard line. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the... So it's 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime, Minks, had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying under double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and they're going to have a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Got to say, Charles, a little surprising to have a kick this short blocked. Usually that happens on the longer ones, but great job by the special teams to kind of sift through there and get a hand on it.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of football over time, partner, and you're...
Well, the turnover forces this defensive unit to scramble to get back out there, as now they get the unenviable task of defending a 1st and goal situation. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Holding, offense.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. David Onyemata in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So the problem's really starting to add up now. I mean, they try the field goal in an effort to get a little bit closer, but the block and return make the situation worse.
I like what you just...
This offense has been lighting the scoreboard up. Now the question, can they add to their lead? We drop you in a red zone situation in the second half. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A lot of points put on the board so far by this offense. Now they're looking for more. Already winning here in the second half, ball in the red zone. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Saints add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of...
Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the 4th quarter. Now Allen, gotta have this one. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And you can see where they sit, perched right at the top. The question, Charles, with a perfect season they have going, what's on? A 4th down coming up. Decision time now, as this would be a long field goal attempt. Fourth down, Winston. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Boy, another big play late here for our offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Saints are closing in on a 14-0 record as they extend their lead. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football. Alonso looked to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drives 7 plays in length. Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it Down a bunch here in the fourth quarter. One final try here for Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the fourth quarter. Allen going to go on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth. And we've seen him do things like this all game. Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on third down. Looking for Thomas. He's got it. Touchdown, New Orleans. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Saints extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His fifth touchdown pass of the game. Say that again. Did you say fifth touchdown pass of the game? Yes, sir. Well, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receiver. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game. And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish. So for the Saints, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I'm
Let's go. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Said I'm coming for everything. Good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. The long falls, you know the pit of defeat, bottomless. I was hungry way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I call a sport. The fourth bar, brother, but I pushed the rock off the court. I got champion genetics. Champion genetics.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Mac Jones. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Pats and the Saints, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It is clear, but it is cold here today as EA Sports takes us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the New England Patriots. Kevin Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Saints in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where he can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want. 50%.
Still 0-0 here in quarter one, but an early test to check in on as we've got a third down situation looming. Third and long, they'll look to throw. And he bats it. On second down now, this defense sort of finding themselves with their backs against the wall. Ball in the red zone. On second down now. It's Moody trying to run inside, but nothing there. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing, Jones. Quick completion to Henry. And the Patriots are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Harris. And he is not going to get through here on Toronto. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay.
There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. We've got an offense on the move, a red zone alert as we take you back into it with a 1st and 10 down at about the 12-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, it's Kamara. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. To throw, Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Saints have taken the lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. Well, let's get back into the action. This defense up against a 1st and 10. The ball down at the 12-yard line. Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Jones. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. Winston now from the 50. And that nearly... Coming up here, this defense looking for a third down stop in the second quarter. Here's Jones on third down. Flushed out right. So no image, but it'll still... Now can this offense muster a late second quarter drive to break our tie? Let's see. They'll have to be pretty efficient with their time here. Watch the clock. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. Looking long for Thomas. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. 89 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. From just shy of midfield, Winston. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll start with a couple of teams from neighboring states in the Southeast. Atlanta at Hard Rock Stadium to take on Miami. And that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. The Falcons locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. Carson Wentz has thrown a touchdown pass. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these 2 teams really threw the ball at will in that first half. Our 2 teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Time to jump back in. Opening drive, 3rd quarter. And this offense has it in the red zone, 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Throwing, Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Second down and goal. Winston. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did it.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that.
Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on third down. Rolling, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Winston to throw for it on 4. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Saints. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Saints up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. So still throwing. Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the 4th quarter. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as this one-score game, 7 points here in the 4th quarter. This offense, they need to get the football back on this onside kick. Now the Saints are going to get to this one, so that should about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it. They're looking to throw this. Winston. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Now Jones. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for New Orleans,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.
And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for New England, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.
Spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big pitch came to Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold 1 million records. Yeah, used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so